All right, sorry, no intro. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Blacklist Universe. Like and share, subscribe if you are new here. Would you go to the prom with me, P Money? If you asked real nice. Oh, this will be funny. So, what is this? This is stupidity on the 12th level. Um, and here we go. It has been suggested that I do this video just because I don't want to it's Twitter drama garbage, but Jon Del Arroz, who, by the way, has never been a friend of mine. He's been an acquaintance. I believe I had him on the show once. I don't know, possibly twice, but I only remember once. We were never friends, but he keeps saying that we used to be friends, and then war campaign. And I apologize to everybody who doesn't know about any of this garbage tier Twitter drama. You can just leave. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. So he wrote another article about me. Share screen. This isn't going to be that long of a video. God help me if it is, because it's just ridiculous. Why are you so obsessed with me, says Quinn. It's true. Why is he so obsessed with me? So, all right, Jon Del Arroz, delarose.com, ladies and gentlemen. Go subscribe if you want, if you care. I don't care. Kickstarter restores Dynamite Thor while Mike S. Miller calls for its cancellation. There's a thing called yellow journalism. But let's just go ahead. John got a nice... Okay, so what happened was... let's see if he describes it here. I got a nice apology for email. Well, let's see. I got a nice apology email from Kickstarter telling me the book's been fully restored and it was an error on their part. I've confirmed that full searchability is back on the site. Now people can finally search for Dynamite Thor and find and discover the book. We're way behind, though, because we missed that launch window where people were seeing it for the first time, the book being effectively erased for a week. So Dynamite Thor needs your support more than ever. It also needs you to share this story in the book. It goes to show, despite the narrative, Kickstarter is not the enemy. We may have had a rogue employee inside who tried to push against the book, but when it got seen by general customer service and escalated, they did the right thing. They're not here to mess with our comics. They're here to be a platform where comics can be created and spread among the general readership. It's great, and we're funded, even despite all the odds. Now here we go. But the weird part is embattlement. Embattled. Former DC artist Mike S. Miller, Injustice, Game of Thrones, thanks for the shout out, went on a bizarre rant yesterday on his Bible reading stream. Yes, in theory, supposed to be a show about promoting Christianity, and you'd think he'd stand with his Christian brother to call for Dynamite Thor's cancellation. He demanded, he demanded, I just give up and take my ball and go home, acting like my book is some sort of incredible failure, despite it funding under these circumstances. Okay. This is yellow journalism. Or it's just the author being so biased that he couldn't understand what I was saying. I wasn't suggesting anybody. You know who I was saying should cancel it? John. Because, and this is the part he completely leaves out, the reason you go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo and pay them 5% of your profit is so that they have it available on their site so that it can be discovered and purchased by people on that platform. If they have shadow banned your product and the only people buying it are people that you have sent to buy it on that platform, You are paying Kickstarter 5% for doing nothing. So I said, if they're going to do nothing, then cancel it. You have your own website. Pre-sell the book on your own website, because if all the people that are going to Kickstarter are the people you sent there, then you can send them to your website instead and make the extra 5% and not give Kickstarter any money for literally doing nothing. It's the point. It's the point of being on the platform. It's the point of paying them. And if they hid you, especially for the first 24 hours, which is the most vital day of a campaign, which is when they put you on the front, look what's new, it's the new book. The new book, people are shopping, they're looking for new stuff, they stumble upon it. A huge percentage of my, let me see here. I don't want to, actually, let me not poke that open there. A huge percentage, let me just read it off. Campaign insights. This is from Lone Star 2. Lone Star 2, keep in mind, a book wherein I sent most of my viewers. I'm my own biggest referrer, right? Still, 42% of my backers found the book on Indiegogo. 501 doing a search. 264 just doing finding it on the Indiegogo homepage. 284 finding it through the Explorer page. 79 finding it through the mobile app. 164 stumbling on it some other way. So 42% of my backers. That is why I pay Indiegogo 5% of my take, so that they can give me 42% of my buyers. If Kickstarter isn't letting people find you on their platform, they are taking 5% of your money for nothing. That's why I said, John, cancel it. If they're not gonna let you promote your book on the platform, then they're just stealing your money. So this wasn't me calling for John's book to be canceled. Mike S. Miller calls for its cancellation. That's yellow journalism, Mr. I work at the Federalist. So stupid. He also threatened to ban me from his YouTube chat because one of his moderators and good customers brought up the book in the first place. No, that is not why I threatened to cancel him. And I have blocked him, by the way. I blocked him, and I threatened to block him because everybody in the chat will nod their heads. Every single time John comes up in the chat and says anything, he tries to make the conversation about him. We can be talking about Jesus on Golgotha being crucified, and John would say something like, "Oh, you know who else was crucified by Mike? Me." He always tries to turn everything into him. He's so no, I'm not going to, no insults. This is just about the facts here. He always turns it about him. Nodding. Look at the people in the chat nodding their heads. Which is what made him go on a rant. A strange anti-customer behavior just to try and get at me. I wasn't. I just don't want. If you wanted to come in and you just wanted to partake, it's one thing. Turning a Bible study into your personal platform. I've never seen such abject hatred or derangement from another indie creator. Even creators on the left are civil to me. Even Ethan Van Sciver calls me and at least tries to dial things down from time to time. But Mike Miller pushes this insanity to new levels. Mike is in a precarious position. He's lost Comicsgate support, so he's trying to rebrand himself as the MAGA Christian guy to cult follow. What? I'm not. What? This is so bizarre. The MAGA Christian guy to cult. I'm doing a MAGA parody book. And yeah, I'm a Christian guy. I don't want any cult followers. I want free thinkers who can agree or disagree with me watching my show. Projection much? Project much? Projection much. Unfortunately for Mike, he spent his time kissing up hard to never Trumpers like Ben Shapiro while attacking major Trump supporting indie creators like me and preaches the insidious prosperity doctrine on his channel. Have anyone ever heard me embrace or back up prosperity doctrine? Honestly. Oh my gosh. If he wasn't serious, I mean, this would be so much comedy. It is. I have to laugh at it because I can't take him seriously anyways. But it's so deranged. And using Bible shows to shoehorn verses into whatever his behavior is at the moment to try to justify it. Okay, if you can call me out on something specifically I've done like that, then by all means, go for it. It's a bad look, and I doubt MAGA Christian readers will respond, especially when he goes so far as to push cancel culture on a stalwart creator who's been for both of these causes forever. It appears like an insincere, desperate attempt at relevancy. See, this is how you know John hasn't known me much at all, like forever, because I've been fighting this fight on social media since 1996, 97. He doesn't know me at all. John is a Christian bear. John has a lot in common with his friend Vox Day. Let me just keep reading. I'm reading this because it's like this is the ridiculousness of this. It is absolutely hilarious to me. But I will not bow to the pressure from people like Miller. I've dealt with this since I've come on the scene. When you're the real deal, these types come out of the woodwork, and this is what happens. As Christ said in John 15:18, if the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. Ire from the false teachers like Mike is expected. We just have to keep moving forward, keep producing, and keep winning the battles like we have with Kickstarter. Back Dynamite Thor today and show your support for real change in indie comics. A producer who creates regularly shares your values, never wavers, never changes. We are the future, while DC artists are a thing of the past. Is this hilarious to anybody else? Because all right, so here's where this is. I just go out. This comes up all the time because John keeps asking me to go to the prom. And I don't want to go to the prom with you, John. I don't. I'm not going to share his Facebook. He messages me on Facebook all the time, freaking begging me to work with him, to team with him, to start some movement with him. And if he lies and says he doesn't, hey, John, give me the permission to show the DMs because I'm fine with that. I got to go down and pick up my boy. You talk amongst yourself for 2 minutes. I'm back. I'm back. I'm bad. He's black and I'm mad. What? All right. Let me move that cup over there. So yeah, like I was saying on Facebook, he's constantly messaging me to be his girlfriend. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass, John, because it's because of his behavior. And he's constantly trying to go out and say that somehow War Campaign turned me against him. We were the best of friends. We were never friends. You were somebody I talked to once on YouTube. I had you on my show once, I think. And we talked on Twitter. This does not make us friends. I'm sorry. I don't know what your definition of friend is, but internet acquaintance, I think, passes. So I say, again, this I think this was in response to, I don't know. Here, let me unmute John just for the sake of this. All right. All right, this is how I hate to do this, but I have to. Where did it come before Jeremy's point? No, oh. I said it became critical because people were lying about me to destroy my standing among my supporters. I'd rather someone blacklist me because they disagree with me than have someone attack me with lies about what I have said and done. Lorenzo Sleestack, JDA supporter, says, now you know how JDA feels. And I said, I don't do that. John has his own issues, and it's his own behavior, which is why I don't want to buddy up with him, not anybody else's about him. I hope that's not too insulting, right? Am I stabbing him or making him evil or any? No. You, EVS, Doug, Tunaple, and others all decided to blacklist JDA from your shows over a disagreement he had with Vox Day. Before then, none of you guys had a problem with him. Wrong. I had John on after that happened. It's video still on my channel. Go ahead and look it up. I was open to listening to his side and letting him have a voice. It was his behavior after that which has turned me off from him. His behavior. Don't buy that story that this has anything to do with War Campaign or EVS. It's John I don't like. What behavior? No one has ever been able to say what he supposedly did wrong. What, he made his own Indicron page with a Y? That's no worse than you pretending to burn a dead man's artwork. I didn't even care about that. I didn't care about that at all. It is the way he responds to me and others. He gets nasty, vile, and foul. I don't like it. And since he does it to me personally, I don't like him. I don't screen cap it, so I can't give you evidence. It's just been my experience with him. And it has been for 2 years now. For 2 years now. This has been my experience with John. I didn't even bring this up. Somebody else brought it up. I didn't say anything. I mean, he gets nasty, vile, and foul. That's the worst thing I said. And then to prove my point, John comes on here and he says, I've never gotten nasty, unlike Mike, who's called me mentally ill, questioned my Christianity to appeal to War Campaign, and worse. Mike is perhaps worse than Ethan. It's incredible the abuse I've tolerated from Mike and not gotten nasty. Not gotten. Oh. He owes me big apologies, but he never will. Lorenzo, I've never seen proof from any of these creators that you've been nasty to them. I'm open to evidence, but nobody can provide any. And then Jack Vanguard says, it's stuff like this that gives others a pause when considering JDA. Just a quick search of how many times JDA mentions Mike is disturbing, to say the least. What tweet is this? What makes you say Mike wanted it canceled? Yeah, he yelled about how it should be canceled and threatened to ban me from his YouTube chat because one of his customers asked how it was doing. These Marvel DC guys all act the same. Show proof, please. After he says, show proof, please. Where's John? Done so 50 times. Mike does not deny this. He's proud of how he treats me. Show me the proof. I believe you're lying at this point. Show me the proof. And then I'm repeating what I said earlier. Pathological, I told John that if Kickstarter was shadow banning, he should cancel it. Otherwise, he's paying Kickstarter 5% for the privilege of selling a book he could sell on his own website for no extra charge. The point of paying Kickstarter is to have access to their audience, period. Liar.
You're a liar. You sneer at me and call me names all the time. And at this point, you're probably just using Christianity to bilk money out of people. Fraud.
Science Fiction Snob, have you considered canceling your use of Kickstarter if they are shadow banning your project? Did Kickstarter explain why your shadow ban is there? Nothing. They fixed it and apologize.
Good thing I don't listen to anything Mike says, as he just wants me to be shut down and lose backers.
That is absolutely not the case. I've never said, I don't want John shut down at all. I just don't want to go to prom with you, dude. All right, let's see. Go back to the other one. And then, by the way, he blocked Jack Vanguard after he asked for evidence. This is an argument with somebody else. John did not respond there. Let's see. The only person that gets nasty is you.
I've talked about unity and standing together.
See here, he's admitting that he's been begging me to team up with him. He responded by calling me. Yeah, I already read that. Wait a second. John Mad Bad. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, hold on a second. Let me refresh this in case I have to unmute. Oh, this is the same behavior people do to Trump. They're just deranged. It's his shtick. It's stupid because he wants the MAGA audience who's with me. John, we may have audiences that cross-pollinate, but I don't want to be with you. You're not my type. Mike is talking stink, thinking there will be no reactions to a big baby.
I know, I've dealt with it for a long time. At least Ethan tries to have fun with it. When you hear Mike doing it, you can hear the hate dripping from his voice. It's pretty pathetic.
I have to stop doing this voice. It hurts.
Yes, using the Bible like that is antithetical to Christianity.
He's calling me anti-Christian. Great. Thanks, John.
And honestly, his support the troops, back my book stuff is really cringy. If you want to support the troops, give to the troops. Don't make your backers overpay for it and then act like you're being charitable for public head pats.
Unbelievable. So, as you guys know, who are my backers, supporters, fans, whatever, I sold those books at cost. I paid for shipping myself. I hate patting myself on the back for this, but it was complete. I didn't make a dime. I don't make a dime off of any of my For the Troops tiers. That is 100%. Actually, it's more than 100%. It cost me significantly hundreds, if not thousands of dollars out of my own pocket to do the Support the Troops tiers. So John taking an act of charity and goodwill for our soldiers and calling it cringy and accusing me of profiting for the sake of head pats, I find that disgusting on a personal level. And you wonder why I don't like this person. If you want to make a public place to talk, no. John has some apologizing to do. Pocket Jacks agrees that does look like a cheap hair. Let's see what this says. Mike never made a good faith effort.
He's only tried to harm me and sneers at me like he's some superior being, probably because I'm Hispanic.
Oh my Lord. He pulled the race card. Oh, at least it's funny. Oh my goodness.
You're coming to all my posts saying this and going, evidence. I don't want people like you around. I'm running 10 separate graphic novel projects with 10 different artists right now. Everyone wants to work with me because I get the work done and I am the real deal. I don't want to work with you, Jon. Stop asking me. Blocked. So that's what happened there. And then Pocket Jacks, Preston Polter says, that does look like a cheap shot on Jon Del Arroz's part.
It is. It's because Mike made cheap shots at me multiple times, and so I'm sick of it. This guy acts like Mike's a saint when Mike is one of the pettiest, most vindictive, nastiest people out there.
Is it because I'm Hispanic? I mean, if you look at the way he treats Hispanic in Lone Star, there sure looks like there's at least some unconscious bias. So he's doubling down on the race card. I'm trying not to even comment on this. I'm just letting you read, and I'm trying to do it in Jon's voice. I know he's got this kind of weird, high, kind of squeaky back of the throat, tight back of the throat voice. So I'm just, I guess the difference between Mike and a lot of these guys is if I do a cheap shot, I will say, of course I did. Mike will never admit that he's treated me inhumanely. Apparently I've put him in a cage and I've only fed him dog droppings. What is this inhumanely?
For 2 straight years for nothing of my doing, originating with him trying to strawman me to get war campaign bucks.
Wow. That never happened. That's just completely fictional. I don't even know what he's talking about at that point. Preston, I understand. I get it. But if you want to do your best to seek forgiveness, you got to be prepared to let that stuff go. Heard that in church, I think. And saying, yeah, sorry about the cheap shot doesn't hurt.
Sorry about the cheap shot, Mike. You're still a horrible person and probably a fake Christian, and that's not a cheap shot. That's me being real.
He's got zero self-awareness. A good first step, but I don't know if you want to stand before Jesus with that being your best effort. I tried already. I'm done trying to be nice to this guy. It doesn't do any good, and he needs to change his behavior. Since all Mike cares about are dollars, I'll just make sure my audience knows he's inauthentic and sniffing bucks all the time. Maybe that'll do something. Sure. Oh, you know what that's called? That's called trying to cancel somebody. Jon, you genius. That's a new one. I didn't even read that one before. Wow. Jon's trying to cancel me. That's lovely. Whoa. What's up? Be kind to one another. We are all have differences, makes us unique. And I just said, he's done nothing but try to be nice to me. And I laugh. He literally has zero self-awareness.
I'm aware.
This is new.
I'm aware. I make the best comics without your permission. You'd like to see canceled, but you can't stop the signal.
I wonder if there's any more. I haven't looked for a while. And oh my gosh, it is just so much funny. Let's see. Anything new? Anything new, Jon? Any new? Oh, you know what? I should probably go to his page and see. Or whatever. So I think this is just for, I know there's a lot of guys out there who are Jon fans who believe everything Jon says about me and buys all this stuff that I've somehow, because Jon was at war with War Campaign, that's why I don't like Jon. Jon's at war. War Campaign's at war with Doug. War Campaign's at war with Edwin. War Campaign's at war with all kinds of people I like. The War Campaign's opinion about other people does not affect my opinion about those people at all. In fact, it would probably make me more susceptible to liking those people. As you can tell from this behavior, this is exactly the behavior
that I am talking about when I say that I don't like Jon because of his behavior. Is that it's not hard to grasp, right? Is it me, or was him calling me all that vindictive, vile, disgusting, whatever? Oh, yeah, a war profiteer practically. He practically called me a war profiteer. What else you got, man? Am I crazy, or is his behavior towards me just horribly despicable? So much hyperbole from JDA sounds a lot like EVS and Jon. Right. Jon doesn't like money then. I guess not. Marsupio, you got me to come in and see what's up at least. This is closing in on Ron Toye level of lack of self-awareness. I don't know who Ron Toye is, but I'll agree with you. I only remember EVS treated him as persona non grata. Yeah, I had him on after all that stuff to try to get his take on things, and meh. Jon Del Arroz, pop culture parasite, monetize him, Mike. I don't want it. It's the funny thing. It's because like I think he'll say something and then complain about it, and then somebody will be like, "Why don't you like Jon?" And then they'll regurgitate that stuff. We are crazy. We're here listening. Saying that stuff like, "Oh, you just don't like Jon because War Campaign told you not to," and I'm like, what level of stupidity are you to well, I don't want to call people stupid, but I mean, have you paid zero attention to my disdain, my abject, absolute, total disdain for War Campaign and their opinions? Now, why would anyone try to say that I don't like somebody because War Campaign told me not to? What reality? What reality? That's like Bizarro World. That would legitimately be Bizarro World for me to be like, oh, War Campaign doesn't like that guy. I won't like him either. I guess if there's anyone I would. He needs a famous artist to break into comics. He's been making comics, and I don't read his comics. From what I've read, doesn't do it for me. I'm not going to disparage his work, but it's just not my thing. So yeah, check it out for yourself, I guess. I thought this was going to be a short video. Oh, yeah, it's 35 minutes. I should probably wrap this up. But yeah, do check out Lone Star. He beats up Hispanic gangs and white Nazis on Indiegogo. It is in the description, I do believe. Let me double check. Did I put it in the description? Yes. I put the link up to Jon's story if you want to read it without me making this Jon voice. And honestly, it's about as close to a Jon Del Arroz voice as I actually can go. But the Lone Star link is in there. The Magnificent 7 link is in there. Actually, let me show you guys. Shoot, do I not have those up anymore? I got some great new pages in for Magnificent 7. Yeah, let me do a Dropbox real quick. Dropbox. And let me just share my screen. Nope, that's not the right one. Where am I? Oh yeah, StreamYard. Share screen. Just for those who haven't seen it yet. Bam. So we've got this awesome double page spread of them fighting against Meltdown. This is apparently my attempt at creating the mega Christian cult. You're not wrapping it up, Mike. No. I am going to promote my book just for a minute here. Magnificent 7. Link is in the description. Please do go sign up for the mailing list. It's going to be one heck of a ride. We're already like 20, almost 20 pages into the, no. What is it? 14, 16, 17, 18? 18 pages into the coloring. So we're getting close to being done on this book, and it will be completely done before I launch a campaign for it. So here is, actually, I did some color changes on this one. This is what's on the Dropbox right now. This is Alex Jones turning into the amphibious bulk, turning the frogs gay. Yes. It's a pretty book. Well, thank you very much. Nice, Maga 7. Yeah. So get up on there. I've got one more page. Oh yeah. So this will be done. The mistakes I've learned on the previous books, get stuff done first, because I don't want to be counting on somebody for colors after the point where I'm supposed to be delivering already, which is where I'm at now on my Lone Star 2 campaign. But that does allow you to still get in there and get another copy of Lone Star for a friend, whatever. Hearing from sources that the coronavirus is in the US in a big way now. Stay hydrated and isolated. Good luck. Also, for those who don't know, I'm going to have signed copies of Magnificent 7 by Dean Cain and Caitlin Bennett, Gun Girl. Caitlin Bennett. I have done the covers for those. But I'll show you on another stream. Check it out. Please do go sign up for that. And again, do go back Lone Star at lonestarcomic.com. This is how you support my channel. Subscribe, share, like, do all that fun stuff. Until next time, be good. Be good. I'm sorry for this gun girl. Hello there. Hello, Miss Sharon. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it. Trying to keep it short, but I know I went almost 40 minutes. So God bless you guys. We'll see you later. Oh, where are you getting Maga 7 printed? I haven't found a printer yet, Pete Mac. That's actually a good question. I need to isolate that quickly. So, yeah, tonight, D&Q, Titan, and Bigfoot Bill. Doug Tenaple will be here drawing along, I think. Maybe? Yeah, probably. And other than that, yeah, I'll be doing some color corrections on Maga 7 on Mike Draws Comics forthwith after I take a shower. So God bless, guys. Peace.